Hi everyone. I want to say thank you to everybody that's tuned in and has been giving me a lot of support on this subject. And we're going to now visit my weekend biologist friend, and we're going to continue this rabbit hole, and we're going to find all of the possible solutions. We're going to find all the possible solutions to this, and I'm sure you're going to find this quite interesting. What we're going to be looking at now is going to be some samples of snow. Actually, it was we had let it evaporate from a bowl, and we've collected snow, and then we'll be covering that as well in this segment. And I hope you enjoy this. Well, enjoy it. I mean, it's not something that's meant to be enjoyed, but I hope it's informative, and I hope that you understand that how serious this is. The world is going in an extreme direction, and they're putting too much of this stuff in our environment, and we don't have a choice. We have to sort of make this public now that we don't accept this, and we don't feel comfortable with this, and there has to be something done about it. Thanks for tuning in. So what I've done is I've taken 3 spices from this year, and I've put them in small containers for our biologist friend. And I have also, from 1987, 3 spices that I'm going to be bringing with me over there. And we'll put them in the small containers with the biologist. And this is my sample. This used to be snow. I've let it evaporate. And amazing for a small quantity of snow what it had in it. So I'm curious to see what that is. So follow me and we'll figure this out. Hi everyone. So now I'm on my way to see our biologist friend. It's my second time meeting with him, and what we're going to do is in the second meeting we're going to go analyze some snow that I let evaporate in a bowl, and once we have that done, then we also have a few samples. I brought some spices that are from 1987, and we'll compare it to new spices and see what happened in terms of nano dust that's inside there, and we'll see what we find, and I'll share it with you guys. So stay with me. We're on our way there. So what you're saying right now is this is hair that you've collected?
Yeah, some of them is hair. When I was go at restaurant, I was asking the lady, I'm retired and I play with microscope. Can I have some of you here? And they was laughing, but I was have a little plastic pot, and they was agree it doesn't hurt anyone, so they was all give me some artifact of hair.
Okay.
So I was able to compare. That's when I find out the Montreal was all over the place all the time. Wherever I go, I ask people, and the one who was giving me some, I could find that kind of stuff. So here you got all kind of stuff, like that one is spider.
Oh, so this stuff here these are different spices?
Yes, this is different spices.
Okay, and you
here you
said
have
that
sugar.
You were in another part of Canada when you
yes,
did this?
Calgary.
This is from Calgary, okay.
Yeah, this is gelatin. This is I can read curse. I don't remember.
Okay.
Garlic.
And you said this is from which year approximately?
2013 to 14.
2013 to 14. Okay.
Yeah, it's funny. I didn't write down the date.
And this was the hair from before that you showed.
Oh yeah, this is all kind of different hair from. Well, there is all kind of different stuff there.
It must have gave you a nickname when you walked into a restaurant asking for hair. Oh gosh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 1976. Oh yeah. That was 1976. You know when you have a book and you put a leaf inside the book?
Yeah.
That's a 1976, and that's the leaf.
Oh, geez, great.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, I'd mentioned in my last video, and actually when I was talking live on Facebook, I have people that have wedding cake from 30 years ago. a piece of an old wedding cake and things like that. So
Yeah,
I'll see what I
yeah.
can get from people in terms of old,
Well,
old.
Because you talk about that, they sell some cake. So here you have, I write down inconnu skin. That's because it's some friends sometimes.
Okay.
They give me skin, so I don't write down whatever. So it says all kind of stuff from all over the place. And I got the spider, because many times people say, well, look at spider, it is a spider, your dust is not what you think. So I was looking at spider to compare, right? So that's why I was doing that. And I got lots of stuff. At the beginning on 213, I was spend 12 hours a day in my house there and looking all kind of stuff. So because of that, you can't be stupid, but you're still learning.
Yeah, okay. Right, you learn all the time, I guess, and you're
Yeah.
learning new stuff because you're
Yeah.
looking at stuff that you haven't seen before. And
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to close this,
Okay.
and we're going to check your stuff.
all right, great.
Lots.
All right, so that's my sample from 1987 of chilies, chili peppers. And from that, I guess we'll see what we'll see.
See here, that's what. Okay, I see it here, but I have to make you see it. Okay, what's happening here? I put that there. Take that off, light off. It's going to be interesting with the water. Okay, here for me is when he transform. He may make that. That's what I call the callus,
Okay.
and that's what's happening here. Is kind of transform. So.
Now, would this be like, since it's a sample from 1987?
But it wasn't the dark, eh? I think.
Yeah, it was in the dark.
Yeah, the light does stuff.
The light affects it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because when I put stuff at the light, I think he kind of energy transformation.
Oh,
right?
okay. Well, if it functions in the same way as cellular life needs
Oh
needs
God,
light.
I got no. And this is a fiber also. It go like a S.
Okay. So, and this is from the 1987 sample. So
It's inside of the spicy.
it's inside the spice. Okay. Now that spice thing has been sealed for so long. I mean, I don't know. I remember how long it's sealed. So it's not something that actually was exposed to anything. And even if it sat in the dark all that time, do you think if we left it in the light that would change?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So then maybe let's keep a sample aside for our next video, where we'll take a look at it again and see the difference between what happens and what's happened to it, and I think that it'll be kind of interesting to be able to compare it.
I just put water, boil it water.
Okay, you put boiled water,
Yeah.
and you added that. You're going to add the spice to the boiled water, and then I think you said you were going to mix it.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I forget to mix it. Okay.
I'm going to change sides here so we can see this a little better. You found what we were looking for.
This is
Oh,
those margalon fiber.
So the Morgellons fiber is even in the 1987 sample.
That means he was not there, but he go up in there after. Those dusts are so small, they go everywhere.
Okay. All right. So then so what happened is
Okay, when you open that pot, all the air is all surround and you go in. And in that air, with humidity, you have Morgellon. So that's what you have that here.
oh, it's moving around there.
Yeah, because of the water is
Okay.
moving. I wonder, maybe I got too much water here. Put more light. See, it's split in two, and after it's split in two, this is usual to see that. Not all the time, but it is, usual. So you see that one is split in two, and after his head is splitting in two.
Yeah, a storm. You weren't kidding when you said, look, a storm. So this is all floating around in the water that you mixed with it.
So this is your spice.
Yeah.
We just put there,
Okay.
and now that's what it is there. That's what we see. I'm going to go bigger.
Okay. So that again looks like that Morgellons
Yeah.
fiber.
Yeah.
Wow.
One more time I can. Whoop, he's stretching. Yeah,
He's
he's
moving?
stretching, yeah.
He's stretching. make it sound like a pet.
Yeah, he's got a sore back.
He's got a sore back. He hasn't been he hasn't had a chance to move around. Oh gosh. Okay. So, and this is from the 1987 sample. So that could be just from the air that fell into there.
Yes, exactly.
But the can has been sealed. My mom does not use those spices any longer. Wow. So what is it? What we're looking
It's
at?
same thing
Same
of the
things.
other.
The Morgellons
Yeah,
again.
different. Here I can. I don't see it. Well, I don't know. I don't have my glasses. But here on microscope, you can see there is a little one go out of it.
Okay. Okay. So what is it that we're looking at right now?
Okay. This is your spice, which is the what was it?
Sweet paprika.
Yeah,
Sweet
sweet paprika.
paprika, okay.
So this is your spice. Okay.
Okay.
And with time, the spice is because of the what he breathed, because he does breathe the same stuff we breathe. He changed. So if I go down a little bit, I want to show you here. So you see here the top head, it goes like a spiral. Okay, I'm going to go up.
Okay.
So that thing here, you see, go like you can see the spiral he made,
Yeah,
nice and
okay.
easy and slowly.
Yeah.
So this stuff is from that, but it's changing. So that's why it's not the same color. And it is different. If you go up a little bit to see your big spice, so that's what it is naturally. But when you look at the edge, you see, whoop, it's something happening and it is changing. See?
Oh,
So-
is this the one that was in the water, or
No, this one is dry.
it's dry? Okay.
Yeah, they are dry, those ones. See here, look. You see here? We don't have the same color. I have to adjust my color. Because me, it's more red. So what's happening is the spice is like that, red.
Mhm.
And after it's changing, and that's emerge. from the spice. It does emerge. But because it didn't have the sun, it was on the shade. See on top here, you're going to see better. I just have to adjust here. See?
Mm-hmm.
Now you can see it emerge out of that. You can see better now. Here. And that kind of stuff emerging, we see that on all kind of stuff. Like I have an air I put outside, and you're going to see that emerge of it. And on the other day, we was looking at hair, and you see that emerging from the air, same thing. Yeah. We're going to pass to another subject here.
Okay. Show us again. Right there.
Yeah. See, you got that one there, you got a little one there. Let's see if it's clear. Yeah, it's clear. Yeah. So, and that's a big one. It's from another place, but that's the one we was looking. And here, before we say goodbye. Splitting in two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So then, if this is in the spice from back then, it could be from the air.
Yeah, of course, that's from the air was changed.
Okay, but it doesn't seem to be dominantly in the spice itself. Or?
No, right now, dominant, no, but as we didn't have much, I was expecting lots more fiber.
Okay.
But
Well, actually, this is the old sample, so I guess when we see the new sample, we'll be able to compare the two in terms of the amount of fiber that there's in there.
yeah. See, like the other one, it's emerging of it and doing its spiral slowly. Okay, let's see the other one. That's
Okay, this is the new one.
the new
Fresh
one.
one, okay.
Yes, yes. So I'm going to change to find. See the new one, like what I was showing you on the other one, is look at the edge. On the other one, you will see all stuff emerging of it, right? Like it does on top here. But on the other one, like all this, on the other one was have lots more, and sometimes huge, big.
So what is it now that we're looking at here?
Okay, so what we see there and what we see there, it is the paprika. What is it? That one is
This one
chili.
is
The chili. Okay.
Okay.
So the spice chili, because of the transformation, is DNA with the nano. We don't see the nano. We see the result.
Okay.
And the result is they make fiber who pop out. And here, what we see between is the same thing.
I think it's bridging.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. This is the other end?
Yeah, that's the other end of it. I'm going to put it up, slide it that way, and see his body here. See, it's always part coming out of it.
Okay, wow. That's going through the spice.
Yeah,
So-
this emerged from the spice, that one. So, when you see many pictures, you can see what's happening because you see, it's like when you go in the forest and you see trees, so you can see the trees when it's baby and you see 5 years after and 10 years after. So here is same thing. So here is fresh and it's popping out and it's like you see that hole was not there before. That hole was filled up. And this part here is just a little part of the big hole. And it's going to get out, and him too is they are broken in fractal world.
Okay.
So that's what this part is breaking in, and fractal. So that's why it's the color is, you see that one is big and that one just before is big, huge and red. And after this part, you see, is getting thinner. I'm going to go bigger.
Okay.
So you see it's emerging from it. If you look at the... So, okay, you see how it's made.
Yeah.
So,
That looks like it's already has many fibers.
yeah,
So.
yeah, he formed the top of the fiber. You see, he's on the corner, emerging from the corner here, okay?
Okay.
Now I'm going to try to put that clear. And when you see that type of stuff there, well, that's what it is exactly there. When you look at that, you're going to see that there. See, this kind of stuff, it is there. I don't know if you know what I mean, but that's what you see. And this now, that is coming there, and it's all there, sucking and going that way. So the matter, nice and gently, is transforming, popping out that way. And that's what's happening with, like Sophia Small-Storm saying, is changing us, and it's changing everything, everything. So let's see if we can go other type of picture like that. See, so you have the big piece, and it's emerging out of it. Because it does transform and it's emerging out. Same thing here.
Okay, now this is the sample, which is the
Cayenne.
Cayenne from 2017.
Showing you is because if you look at that picture right now, is thick. So my light is from the bottom, and after, because it's from the bottom and it's thick, we miss some. So what I do, I put the light on top, and now look at the fiber. That's what I want you to see, is that fiber is there. Yeah, this is the cayenne. Yeah. And okay, I'm going to use the other light.
Show me.
Okay.
You said the electric power.
Yeah.
In the Cayenne.
Yes. So this picture, why I choose that one, is because you see, this particle collect with that one.
Yeah. Okay.
And after, whoop, that one collect with that one. And when they do that, it's like they become one.
Okay.
Okay? Oops. So he make his way, and he collect to that one. So when he's on water, you can see them on the water, they surf and whoop, they collect, and the other pass and whoop, he turn and collect, and that thing happened there.
Okay.
That I show you that because to show there is electric charge in it.
Okay.
And the same electric charge you see in that, why they do that, is the same one you see inside the fiber.
Okay.
Because before they get more gallon, they are fiber. And before, see, they are on one block there, they still a spice, but there is energy inside.
All right. And this is this what's going to be
Yeah.
converting itself to the fiber, and then converting itself to the more gallons?
Yeah.
Okay.
Try to see if I can make it flashing here. So you can, yeah.
So this is the Cayenne. Oh, it's moving. So this is the more gallons again inside the Cayenne.
Yeah. Some people, they say it's not Montreal because it's not from human. So let's say it's not Montreal, but it's fiber.
All right.
So those fiber, when you put on your steak, is going to do what you see there inside your body. And that's what the other day I was showing you about my picture of when I send, my hands. Yeah. It's long, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we can see his face.
His face.
Hey, don't hit me. You can see is the he's getting you can see it's from
He's moving right now on his own.
yeah you can see the matter which make that fiber is from the cayenne. You can see it by the color, and now he moved too much. I lost his face.
Well, to talk to him, calm him down.
Yeah. See, you
Oh
see
my
now
God.
what I
Alright.
mean?
Yeah.
That's part of cayenne. It's the fiber from the cayenne. There is no doubt, because it's made of it. And after you swallow that, it changes your inside. I check chicken, and I see that inside the chicken, on the bones,
Jeez.
inside the bones of the chicken.
So that's my sample of cayenne.
Yeah, the new one. See, that's why the head, like you see the cayenne here,
Mm.
so that's why the head is the same color of this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go down. Let's follow him. Oh, I take picture here. I will send you those pictures at the same time,
Okay.
because those pictures would be nice, and you can, when you look at it, you can zoom on it, right?
Yeah. I'm just I didn't expect it to be moving. I don't know why I expected it more from the dust and from the hair samples, or from when I used my shaver.
Yeah.
But to see it from the powder, the small powder of cayenne, that I see this thing here moving around. Whoops. It's I'm and then so we eat this stuff. It goes into our system, and then once we've eaten it, it just becomes part of our inside us. And
Yeah. So that's why we see those and rain. So the rain go on the ground, he modified the ground, and after the root of the cayenne, he sucked the rain with that nano stuff inside. And that's what made those fiber and the cayenne changing, and a human body, air, and everything, foam, steel.
And this is a sample of which one? This is
The cover
paprika?
is right there.
Hold on. Hot paprika. Okay, this is from 1987. This was the batch that I brought from
That's a good
my
year.
mom's. Yeah, it was a good year for paprika. And we'll see what we can find out and what we see in there.
Right there, so you can see when I put the line. Hold on, yeah.
All right, so this is the sample of snow that's become, well, it's no longer snow, it's now in its liquid state, water, and it came from a few days ago, from the last snowstorm that we had. It wasn't much of a storm, but it was enough to give us a bit of snow.
It's pretty clean.
Oh yeah, compared to the one from last week's sample, well, when we get to that, you guys will be able to see what I'll be talking about.
Mine, I can't wait.
So this is just to show. I want to just show the sample before we even
Yeah.
did anything with it of snow that was from the balcony, and I put a heaping pile on top of that, and when it melted, I brought it indoors. And then I let it dehydrate itself, and this is what we ended up with. And for it to dehydrate itself like this, it only took about 3 days, maximum 4 days. So we're going to put that on the microscope and see what we see there. So this is our sample of the dehydrated, dry snow with the particles or particulates that ended up at the bottom of the bowl.
I'm going to take picture too, and after I'm going to go bigger. That's a good start. Hey?
Oh gosh, yeah. That was from the big snowstorm that we had.
See, you react to my breath.
It's active, this one? I mean, it's moving?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you feel my warm from my
Oh,
mouth,
okay.
you react to that. I can go bigger a little bit to see his face.
Just see his face. You want to give him a name?
Yeah.
Oh,
Charlie
geez.
Brown.
Charlie Brown. Yay. So, you know, the next time you're making a snowball and you're throwing it at someone, at least you know it's got some fiber to it.
Yeah.
So now, after this melts, I mean, that stuff was dehydrated from the bowl that I had. And it took 3 days for me to accumulate a bunch of stuff on the bottom of that bowl. And now we can see actually what it is. And to the naked eye, I saw a lot of square flakes in there, but I didn't see. I can from the naked eye, I didn't see this. You're zooming in to what at what level are you?
100. No, 450.
450 times zoom. Okay. So anyone out there wanting to know, the magnification used on this is 450 times. And it's reacting to his breath. So it's moving. That's nice and clear. Wow.
Yeah. You see, he's come out like he come out of that. He make a snow up. He came out of that, and after you see, it's always a part coming out of. That's why you see different color when it's changing. It's like you use other matter.
So after a big snow melt outside, there must be tons and tons of this, as far as just entering into the soil and into the water stream or water table.
See on the other one who was half the water you give to me was more clean, but we move it because it was on water. It was the camera could not catch.
Yeah, okay.
It was too much move. So that's what we will see there. On the other one, that was on the other one. Well, I mean, same thing on the other one.
Okay, it's the same thing. It's just that because it was in the water, it moved around too much for us to be able to focus onto it.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm going to go bigger. It's interesting. Okay, now you see, I'm going to show you the little. Okay, this is from there.
So you're saying
Yeah.
about the spice? This
Yeah,
is
okay.
similar? Or?
Yeah, it's similar of what when we was have spice, we will see the matter of the spice is changing and it pop out of it and it make all those fiber. And if we look, we're going to move around it, and that big particle is dark. Right now, I don't know what is it the particle is made of, but that was on your snow, and that's what is doing. Those fiber pop out of it.
These a lot. They look a lot more straight edged.
Yes, yes. See? But here it look like more. It's too bad it's dark because it look like more like. I'm going to try to show you here, changing the light, changing this, changing that. See? It's different pattern, but it's always the same kind of stuff. It's a soup what they put on chemtrail, on this, like right now is on the snow.
Well, you know, I hear from other biologists in what they're looking at that there's blood, human blood.
I see human blood. I got picture of blood. I have 10 days before the Grand Prix of Montreal.
10 days before the Grand Prix of
something
Montreal.
like that. Few days before the Grand Prix of Montreal. See here.
I mean, there's a lot of different things that people have told me that they believe that the reason that they're introducing blood into it is that it's going to be easier for the body to absorb whatever it is their intention is, that we don't have it rejecting.
Yeah, it's got the DNA message that we are friends. Don't fight the body. What do you call it?
Our immune system not
immune
to fight off.
System, yeah, it doesn't fight it. Yeah.
So there you go. Then there's stuff in our environment where it's being introduced into the environment, and they're adding stuff to it so that our immune system doesn't fight it off, so that it can be easier absorbed by us. There's no other reason for that.
Yeah, there is lots of science. They show all kind of what we see right now, and like this is particle. It can be anything. Look, and you see on top here. Right now on computer, on my microscope, I can see nice and clear. But this is that kind of stuff they call barium and this and that.
Oh yeah, the heavy metals and stuff that. Do you know that in Great Britain the leading cause of death is Alzheimer's, and and one of the things that they've noticed is that the amount of heavy metals in their system and in their bodies, and it wreaks havoc on our cognitive functions, and they definitely have to stop spraying this in the environment, and we have to try and figure out how to get it out of our system when it's inside our system.
See, that's what you will see when you talk about. You will see all those little particles. That's those one you were seeing.
Okay, these are the little spots and dots that I saw at the bottom of the bowl when it was when the snow had dried and dehydrated itself. Okay. So then, I mean, these little particles, they look kind of metallic. I don't know if it's.
No, it's just an illusion because right now is because of the Arctic and my light doesn't go through. Okay. So that's why when you use another light you put on top, you can see difference like.
All right. Yeah.
See the fiber on the at 5 o'clock.
Oh yeah, I can see it coming out of it.
And look at see? Going to head for that one here. See, it's like if I tell you this is cayenne spice. You remember the spice we was looking at?
Mm-hmm.
So all kind of spice was have all those stuff.
Right.
But
so,
it's kind of normal one way because that's dropped from the sky. You go on the ground with the water and the food.
right, and it ends up in the food cycle.
Yeah.
And in the water table. So it's only normal that it would be in the spice because it fell from the sky and ended up in the root system and came out into the plant. No different than when we're drinking and breathing. And it's still, but I think the sad part is those people that are having the worst reactions to it, sort of like an allergic reaction as far as the Morgellons disease.
Yeah, some people, the body, they fight. They cannot take it and they fight. And the body react badly, really badly.
I've got a lot of people sending me little footnotes about how what they're going through and all the things that they're trying to do to cope with it. And even I had someone yesterday that sent me an email that told me that their daughter couldn't sleep all night because all she kept doing was scratching herself all over the place.
This is what he calls that.
And this is what caused
This is
it.
oh yeah. When the people scratch themselves, I tell you what I do. I take that lamel. We call this that window. I take a lamel and I go on their back and I scratch the back and I go right there. Took. And that's what I find. And that's when people, they scratch themselves lots, that's what I find.
So,
And I can show you beard, because I did with my beard.
with your beard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, last time I was here, you'd asked me to bring a shaver, and we had dry shaved a bit of me, and then you showed it to me, and not only was it there, I mean, to see it actually moving on the screen, I was.
Ayoy.
Yeah, I was. Ayoy is right. I mean, I didn't believe that you know,
No,
it comes
when
out of you and it's alive like that. So we have to.
Who can believe you? Yeah, you talk like one time I was on the subway on the ground in Montreal. I was you know that little microscope, the little one we have?
Yeah.
So the guy was have his card, metro card, and he was crashing there. And I was sit just close. And I know why he was doing that. So I said, hey, I sit beside, and I said, you like to see what is on your card? And I take the little microscope, and I show him, and he go, wow! And I look, and that's what we see there. That's what he was on his neck. That's why he was scratching. You don't scratch for no reason.
Mm.
Like many people, I told them, I said, why you do that? Ça chatouille. But c'est pas normal. Kids today, they think it's normal. They so used. C'est normal. No, it's not. People think they get so used of this, they think it's normal. See? That's the fuel. The fuel.
The fuel, you call it?
Yeah, well,
Well, yeah, because
you know
it's
what?
where the dust, the nano dust is taking its matter from, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I call the fuel. Well,
Okay.
it's just an
Well, yeah, it's a good
expression.
way of it's fuel.
It's fuel.
It's taking in order for it to grow.
I'm going to make a quick survey here and there to see. Oh, look, that one looked like a bug, but it's not a bug. It's not a bug.
Well, I have seen people show clips where
Lyme.
Lyme disease.
Yeah, Lyme disease.
Where it was actually bugs. Like this, wow.
See, it will pass for a bug. Many people will say, "Oh, that's a bug," but sure not. That's why I use those different light to check better look, right? Like when you look at human skin, it can look like that. I got picture of my skin. You see it's from the edge. All this is from the edge there.
Mm-hmm.
And after it comes that way, see? Wow. I was passing 12 hours on that before.
Pardon?
Before I was 12 hours on my microscope.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Put all kind of stuff
Well,
one after one.
I guess once you see this, especially the first few times that you actually see it, I mean, I can imagine most people spending hours and hours and just looking at this stuff under their microscopes. And you know what? This is probably a lot more, well, how do I put it? At least a lot more eye-opening than the programming that we get through our mainstream television poop tubes that we spend hours and hours in front of when we have this in our environment.
Okay, this one I'm going to tell you something about it because that part here, I recognize it.
Okay.
And when I told you I was at the Grand Prix of Montreal, I guess it's the weekend before.
Okay.
That's what the sky was full of that.
Okay.
And that kind of dust was of that in it. We were seeing that, exactly that.
It looks a little more robust.
Yeah. It's red. And I show you because I see that often.
It looks quite different from that other mouse.
Oh
When I
yeah,
look at this and I
it's
look at
really
that.
different. Yes,
But I can see that it has that growing out of it too.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that I see often. I don't know what is it. I try to figure to find what they say about
Maybe-
this mass, but it's
Maybe someone out there that's watching this
they know.
can send me a little footnote as to what they believe that this is.
I'm going to go down it a bit so we can see the way is the best way to see it. That it's often on chemtrail, often. And I got chemtrail from Calgary. Some send me from Saskatchewan. Yeah. So, see, same thing here.
Wow. That's pretty clear.
Let's see what the light what that does. See, with the light, it's more shiny, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it sort of has a metallic type reflection to it. I mean, it could not. I mean, it's dry, so it's not. It shouldn't be because of something a hydrant or like water or something like that. It's dry. It was you were flaking it off of the. Right? Am I correct? I mean, it was.
Oh, yeah,
It wasn't.
See those little. Like, yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, I put too much weight with my light. I can go deeper, but after I will lose that light.
Okay, this was the one that was at the corner of that piece.
Yeah. This piece is 450 times right now. Now, Serge, j'ai de la misère à focus. Huh? My light is not strong enough. Where did I put the polarized one? Just want to check.
Anything that you recognize?
No.
Sure, it's colorful.
Yeah. Let's see if I got more color. Oh, that. Wow. You see the other is the same family. It's got the same reflection on that's what they call the polarizer.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to have a shot for the color. When they give you one color, that means is this and that. You know, we go with color.
Right.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah.
It almost looks like a bug.
Yeah. And let's take that off to see what they show me. That shape, we recognize that shape,
Yeah.
right?
It's pretty consistent almost in all the samples, or most of the samples that I picked at. So this is the one that I said looked kind of square from the naked eye, and it is square. And this is magnified at
That one is 100 times.
100 times. Just seems kind of odd that this would fall from the sky. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, it is kind of odd.
So if anybody can recognize this one, So while I was here, um, I took a file and filed a little bit underneath my toe on a callus to see what we would get as far as a result from that's coming out of my body. Last time I was here, I shaved here. I dry shaved. Now this time I filed some skin to see what we would find in my skin samples.
You stop there, and after I move it to the other one, and then we're going to go down to show you the your skin dust.
Okay.
He make a pattern of electric, so he look like a spice was doing also. So we can see the fiber out of it. Now if you follow down, you see make a, just wait, yeah. You see make all a straight line of electric. I'm going to show that way. You see better, I guess.
Okay.
And if I use the light here, you're going to see it's shiny. See?
Okay.
That's why I use both light, because sometimes you have an impression of something, but it's important to have a look different way also.
So this is one of those fibers then.
Yeah,
Morgellons fiber,
that's the fiber. I'm going
So
to zoom
yeah,
in.
so I mean, we can't get around it. Everybody has this. Everybody has it inside them. Have you ever met anyone that didn't have any?
Ever.
N-
Ever,
Never.
ever. And it's easy to check. You go at the restaurant and you check everything. The dust in the toilet on top of the door is the dust from human, you know. See what on the spice. You remember this kind of pattern? You remember it's this kind of stuff we look at when
Yeah,
we look
yeah.
at the spice. This is how it works, right? How come I don't have more light? Oh, okay, I'm 400 times, that's why. This is for your skin 450 times.
All right.
Yeah. I'm going to switch. That's nice, eh? Right there. But I
Mhm.
mean, not so nice, but it's clear what I mean.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is clearly a fiber that.
Yeah, and you see what I was saying to you is like the part is stick together
Okay.
is because of electric charge.
All right. So it's sort of some sort of whether it's a static or some sort of electric type
Yeah, but
of
don't
charge.
Yeah, harp on the sky help. It does a part of cooperate on all what's happening inside of our body. That's why harp is doing what it's doing on the sky to help this thing.
Harp. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Harp. It's. I think it's only the first. It might be the first time I hear you actually talking about harp.
Okay, well,
But I didn't know you knew anything about harp.
of course, because everything passed by that. They changed the frequency of the whole planet, like the Sophia Small Storm was explained. It's not only in human body, but it is on all matter. That's what she was explaining, and that's why HARP is doing what it's doing to help that the planet Earth is living on some frequency they are manipulate. I'm going to go bigger. Let's see bigger. on microscope, that one is more red.
Okay.
You see the red here?
Yeah, yeah.
Is more red. Yeah, have a look.
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah. I'm going to check for something alien.
Yeah.
See,
Oh,
see,
okay.
yeah, you see why? Because he's related to two mass, right? And hey, he look like he's go. You see it inside there. You see it there.
Yeah. Wow, when you add the light to it, you really see the details.
So it's your skin. It's just the light make look as a crystal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, certainly not crystal. And
Some more skin samples with the fibers.
you see the skin is look like when we was look at the spice.
Yeah.
You know, if I said this is cayenne, you would believe it's cayenne because it look like it also. And if we look good on it, we maybe find a fiber inside already. Let's see if we can find some. See, it's emerging of.
Mm-hmm.
And if I use that, where's my thing here? Sometimes I can see the fiber inside because of this.
Sort of a filter? Or?
Yeah, it's polarized. You know, that's what. See, like that.
Oh, it's dark.
Oh, you don't see it
No,
there.
on the
Okay.
image it's dark.
Yeah, you see it now.
Okay. Well, it's starting to. It's not. I still find it dark a bit. Well, that's a lot better.
Yeah. So what I'm looking is on your skin if I can see inside of the skin. Because sometimes you see it inside the skin like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's turning on top. It's probably the same piece. Make his way up. Where is it? Yeah, well, I put two down. Okay, I go here. Well, that's the same one here. He's there and they go up and it's turning. Wow. So with that light we see those more. It's coming up here.
It makes quite the difference in terms of what you can see with that polarized lens on.
Yeah, yes. See?
Yeah.
Sliding down here. And see that one? You go inside the skin. You're going to see. See? It go inside and inside is dark.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, oh, look at that. Yeah. Oh, okay, enough.
Enough. And when he said enough, I think it's enough for today. it's enough to digest. I think that if you've seen the first video, then it kind of prepared you for this one. And if this is the first time you see this video and you haven't seen the first Nano Dust video, it would be a good idea to take a look at the first one to see where and how we got to this stage. So feel free to subscribe and share this. Absolutely share this. Wake up the good wolf in yourself. Wake up the good wolf in others. We got to stop these people from being convinced that they're sheep. We've got to stand up. We've got to do the right thing. We've got to make sure that we're aware of what's in our environment and we actively do something about it. Now, I don't know how we're going to get rid of this. Maybe we'll tackle this in the next video. And if you have any suggestions or if you have any feedback that you want to give me, please share it with me. You can also leave me a message in my email, or if you wish, leave it in the comments. Thanks. Subscribe, share, and take care.